Hey, we're the Massholes. We're on the West Coast. We're the West Coast Massholes. We're the Massholes on the West Coast. We were from Mass. We were holes when we're there, but we came out here and now we're West Coast Massholes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to West Coast I'm sorry, is your baby there?
I got earbuds in. You can do it.
Okay, so okay. West Coast Massholes. That's Josh Wingate. I'm Todd Anderson. I should have asked before if his baby was around, because I could have woken up his baby. What'd you do?
I zigged when I should have zagged.
Did you get in some kind of tussle?
I was in my anti-Nazi training camp.
Yeah. And what happened?
I took a roundhouse kick to the face.
Ah.
Yeah.
Were you
I had my hands.
Were you sparring?
Yes.
Sparring. Were you teaching or were you sparring?
No, I was sparring in class training. But this part of my nose right here was about here, and I went and I put it back in place.
So you broke your nose, is what you're telling me?
I think so. Yeah.
And you didn't go to a doctor, you fixed it yourself.
Yeah. I'm like Joe Rogan.
Aren't you worried that maybe you're going to turn out looking like Owen Wilson?
Well, God, his career is a lot more successful than mine, so maybe it'll help. But that's funny. Mari mentioned Owen Wilson as well.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so maybe I should talk like this guy.
Say wow.
Wow. Whoa. Whoa.
All right. I mean, you can give him a run for his money.
I've seen his brother up these parts a couple times.
The Luke Wilson?
The Luke one. Yeah.
The Luke one. Yeah.
The Luke one. Mm-hmm.
They were both
ironically enough. What?
I was just going to say they were both in that movie Bottle Rocket.
They were. That was the start of the Wes Anderson thing.
Wasn't it? And the Wilson brothers thing. It started, yes. So many things started with Bottle Rocket.
Yep. And the irony or coinky-dinky or synchronicity, whatever you want to call it, is I had happened to rewatch it wasn't Huckabees, it was the Royal Tenenbaums.
Mm-hmm.
And the next morning, it was like 6:30 in the morning, I was out for a walk to get coffee, and there was Luke Wilson, which I think was one of his finer performances in that movie. Yeah.
You didn't like him in A Sound of Thunder?
I don't recall this movie.
Maybe that wasn't him. Maybe that was Ed Burns. I get those two confused. I can't remember who was in that one. It wasn't a good movie. That's why I was making the joke. But maybe it wasn't Luke Wilson. You know, it's a sci-fi movie about people who like time travel. It's like big game hunting in time. So they take game hunters back to like kill dinosaurs and stuff. But then somebody steps off the path, and then the butterfly effect happens. And then dinosaurs wind up in modern times. It's very, very bad. I think now that I think about it, I think it was Ed Burns. So never mind.
That's a great concept, though. I like that concept.
Well, it's based on is it Philip K. Dick? I don't know. It's one of those. It's like Philip K. Dick or Ray Brad. I don't know. One of those old timey sci-fi guys. That it's what it was based on.
I was my feature film that I did that I starred in was in the Philip K. Dick film festival. I think we did pretty well.
What was it?
It was called Inverse. It was a sci-fi.
Oh
movie.
Yeah, I remember about that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it did well. Did you get a prize for best acting?
I don't know. I got best actor at Miami Science as sci-fi film festival. I got Best Actor, but I think Philip.
Yeah, but Floridian awards, they don't matter.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I didn't get anything there, but we did get some love from the Philip K. Dick. I think we at least got our laurels for being in it, but I think we might have won Best Sci-Fi there.
Oh, okay. You're not sure though.
I got kicked in the face today, so
you don't.
I could say anything, and I wouldn't be sure of it.
Do you think you have some kind of brain injury?
No.
Are you sure? Because you haven't been to the doctor, and I feel like maybe you could go to the doctor, and then the doctor will tell you what's wrong with you. Because like maybe you're not detecting something because you've been hit in the head, and you can't tell what's actually happening because you have a brain injury. But if you go to a doctor, the doctor will be like, "Oh shit! Not only did you reset your nose wrong, and you're gonna look like Owen Wilson in 3 months, but also you have a brain injury, and we need to fix it."
No, it wasn't that hard of a hit.
Then why are you bringing it up if it wasn't that big a deal? If it wasn't that hard to hit?
I was just looking for some empathy, but I forgot that you were non-empathy holding, Simi Valley living.
Empathy, I think, is the wrong word. I think what you were looking for is like pity. That's what you wanted. I wanted you
to pity me. Yeah,
poor Josh, the nose got hurt because he got roundhoused by some kid in a class. How old was the kid? Like 4, 5?
12. No, he's in his, I think, almost 30-year-old kid.
Oh, yeah. Okay. He's not mature, so he can't. Was he supposed to pull the punches, or were you supposed to hit each other?
It wasn't. No, we're doing some pretty hard sparring, but it wasn't. It wasn't his fault.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I
guess it was kind of like if it wasn't a good roundhouse would be like shin to here, and it was his toe here. Boom.
I see.
So it made it go.
And
I felt it go. And I went and looked in the mirror, and I went, "Oh shit!" And I went, and it clicked twice, back in place.
Oh,
it's kind of straight now.
Did it hurt a lot when you
really
move it back?
No, it didn't. I think my adrenaline was high enough. It hurt in this following minutes. It started to get painful, and I came home and I took a 600 milligram ibuprofen, and I think that's just started kicking in because it just happened this morning.
What about weed? Are you gonna smoke some weed?
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea. That might help.
Weed fixes everything. Didn't you know that? It's the magical elixir. Fixes everything.
Cure all. You have COVID? Smoke some weed. Yeah.
I got the doctors who for years I've gotten my medical card from keep calling me to renew it, and I'm like, I don't know what the point is anymore of having
it's legal. I think you can get it cheaper in some dispensaries. You can buy the product cheaper if you have. I think that's just you don't pay the taxes or whatever.
Yeah, that's not true with most of the dispensaries I do business with. So I don't know. It all seems kind of pointless. It's just throwing $60 at somebody for something I don't need. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna.
Okay. But I saw you post about spending like 400 on some stuff. I hope it was worth it.
Well, that was, to drive home the joke about that bowl that Kamala Harris bought that the Republicans were all up in arms about. Oh, she spent $400 on a bowl. She bought some fancy bowl.
Was it a smoking bowl, like a glass piece you smoke out of?
It was like a pot. Literally, it was a pot. It was described as a $400 pot. That's why I said I just spent $400 on some pot. Who cares?
I see.
That was all. But to answer your question, it was $400 well spent.
Okay, good. Yeah. I love how people get really up in arms about what people spend on things, but those same people wouldn't blink an eye that Trump spend like 10 grand on a toilet to make it gold. No. That makes sense. That's but on a pot, why would you do that?
I don't know. I guess with Trump, when he spends money, it's fine because he's never made himself out to be anything other than a fucking piece of shit who spends money on gold toilets. So there's no hypocrisy. What they're looking for is pointing out the hypocrisy of Democrats.
Okay.
They want us to spend all this money on the and then they spend $400 on. That was my Republican voice. I don't know if you.
I liked it. It was a little too articulate.
Oh, okay. Let me try again. I know at 400. Is that better?
That was probably better. Yeah. And then you need to say, and the border.
I don't know, 400 in the border.
See? Now we're doing good. We got to get you a Make America Great hat made in China, and then you'll be all right.
400 border wall pizzas, kids.
Lizard.
Pizza kids. Yeah.
Did I tell you? Well, on a 4-month, or it was kind of a 4-month baby checkup, and it was before 4 months, and we're talking about the vaccines that the baby get. Did I tell you this? And I said to the doctor, I said, well, I was on QAnon this morning and I heard the vaccines are bad. This was not something you should say in a pediatrician's office.
What did he do?
It was, well, you sexist fuck. Sorry. How dare you assume that a doctor's a male? She didn't know how to handle it, but I was like, I'm joking, but I don't know. I think
she didn't come around and have a chuckle, or she.
I think she did, but I think it was a little too close to home for her. Maybe because she has real people that she deals with like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly. I know. My mother-in-law has clients who are that for real.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I imagine most therapists do. I do find it interesting that people like that go to therapy.
Well, they have to, because they're freaking losing complete touch with reality.
But well, I know that they need it, but like therapy like that, something that you opt for. It's not something, you're not at a mental institution, like going through group sessions with psychiatrists and stuff. You're just choosing to go to a therapist and talk. It's just very interesting that you're cute. I don't know. It's like that guy with what's he called? The QAnon shaman or whatever at January.
Oh, yeah.
And then his mom is like, when he was in jail, she's like, he has a special diet.
Yeah, he won't eat anything unless it's organic.
Yeah. That's funny to me.
Yeah.
The like people who are QAnon, but yet adhere to liberal stereotypes in their person. It's just,
well, because that's the interesting thing about all the QAnon people. It's not just crazy right-wing Republicans. It's these super liberal neo-yogi, like naturalist people got into it as well. So it's a really weird kind of like meeting of these conspiracy theorists from different sides of the road, per se, that are all coming together and believing in the bunny rabbit.
I think in the case of the QAnon shaman guy, I mean, that guy, attacked the Capitol. He was one of the terrorists who attacked the Capitol building on the 6th. So, I mean, he's fully conservative Trumper QAnon guy. He's not the goopy, froofy left leaning. I mean, he's definitely right leaning, but then also will only eat organic foods. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I understand that, because I found myself in the yoga community years ago, and there was everyone, they can heal through like crystals and like oil. They think that everything in chants and meditation and doing certain yoga things will like cure the world. And a lot of those people ended up down that same path. like
Sure.
following, yeah, and they're anti-government and anti-vaccine and
Well, it's
and
all
anti,
and it stems from faith-based thinking. That's what all that crystal stuff and spiritual stuff. That's just more faith-based thinking. Maybe they don't have a church, like a literal church building that they go to, but it's still religion. It's running your life according to things that you just decide to have faith in, even though there's no evidence of their reality.
Yeah.
There's George Takei.
Oh my. Well.
Oh, that's nice. I wish I had that for my my Christmas time.
Well, Anthony Greenwood.
Anthony Greenwood, give me one of them woolen old Bostonian caps. Right now.
It's a beanie, guy. It's a beanie, you fucking guy.
It's a beanie.
It's a beanie. Sorry. And if you wear it with a black eye, you look like a wicked hot on. So Old Bostonian and Massholes, West Coast Massholes, would like to give a royal fuck you to anybody who adheres to Nazi principles. Fuck you, Nazis. Ow, my nose.
All right, we'll see you next time on West Coast Massholes. Bye.
Bye.
This has been a Blursh production. Blur.